Kevin Hart trolling NBA players on live TV. Kevin Hart is in general just a humorous guy on and off the big screen, but when he's on the court with some big players, he's completely transformed. You frequently see Hart at NBA games, so it's not unusual. The man is a fan primarily of the 1976ers and is frequently spotted courtside while watching the game, conversing with friends and especially playing with the players whenever he has the opportunity. Greetings from our channel once more. Today we'll examine a couple of instances in which Kevin Hart made fun of NBA players. Before we do though, don't forget to hit this alerts button, like and subscribe so you never miss out on any of our most recent NBA content. James Harden. James Harden is most likely the court's clown. Even though Kevin Hart might be one of the best comedians on televisions or in movies, as a result I'd say you should anticipate some humor whenever these two are together in this game. Hart was making a lot of digs in 2017 after destroying the 76ers like it was nothing. Harden made this way, however. The clip we were most excited to share is from Harden's post-game interview, when Hart ruins the scene with some shady dancing steps while entering the shot like a small, lost child. He finally allows Harden to conclude the interview, but not before engaging in some entertaining trash talking. He's from here. I had to show him up a little bit, but it's all love, and as I said, they're a young team and they play hard. Jimmy Kimmel. It's not surprising that Kevin Hart says he primarily attends NBA games to trash talk at the beginning of his Jimmy Kimmel skit. Hart does it well even though things don't generally work out nicely for him. He was criticizing James Harden, as we learned from an earlier incident. James Harden is playing in the game, and the whole first quarter he's off. And I was like, you know why you off? Because you're in my city. Your beard stinks. It's a humorous incident that once more produced that number 76ers suffered a devastating setback. Therefore, we'll let Kevin tell it. James went on a score of 55 points, and with a minute left, he was drilling the ball, staying in the half court, and he was just staring at me. He goes, "Tell your team what you did to him." Dwayne Wine. Being a 76ers fan is difficult, especially when Kevin Hart is to blame for the team trolling that results in situations like these. When the Heat faced Philly in Game 2 of the playoffs back in April 2018, everything seemed to be going smoothly, but then oh man, Kevin Hart did start yelling at Dwayne Wade in the middle of the game, which if anything just encouraged the Heat player to throw down a 28-foot bomb. That's sport, but as if the remarks they exchanged in the court weren't sufficient. D. Wade essentially thanked Kevin Hart for his motivation in the 76ers' tough loss in a post-game interview and a post-game press conference, which kind of had a lot of Philadelphia fans pleading for the comedian to stay at home during the game. Well, that is hilarious. Sensational! This even got into you tonight. Kevin Hart, yeah, thanks Kevin Hart for that. You need some extra motivation after that first game. It's a great feeling when you go into that bag, especially when you're on the road and when you got people like Kevin Hart talking on the sideline. 2016 Celebrity Game Man. When it comes to his basketball teams, Kevin Hart just keeps talking LS. Kevin Hart, a four-time MVP, was coaching the game for the majority of the 2016 celebrity match between Canada and the US and was viable until the third quarter at least. Is that legal? It would be an understatement to say that this turn of events was nothing short of a hilarious catastrophe, because Kevin Hart, of course, was of no assistance at all. Team Canada won the game 74-64, also used the hashtag #WeTheNorth. However, it did result in some humorous exchanges between the players and Drake, the coach of Canada. I'm not out here to play games. If you play games, you won't play my game. Steph Curry. The first video clip we see is from a 2017 home game between the Golden State Warriors and the Philadelphia 76ers. It certainly wasn't the best time for Hart to watch the game and see his team lose so terribly, given how that season ended for the Warriors and Curry. What else is there to do but to try to understand Steph Curry's mindset, manipulate him and get under his skin and all that nice stuff? Unfortunately, based on the way Curry and Hart were laughing together, it probably didn't work. Justin Anderson, once again, the Sixers got him from Dallas in the New Orleans Noel trade. Is that stuff? Curry in conversation with Kevin Hart, it is. I wonder if he went up to him and said, "Oh, you're going to learn tonight." Joel Embiid. Any mention of the Philadelphia 76ers at this time in the video is ludicrous at best because they consistently lose. Not this time though. Instead, Joel Embiid had a game to remember in November 2017 when he set a career high with 46 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 blocks. Naturally, Kevin Hart felt the need to steal some of Embiid's attention at the time. He hurried on the court, conducted a men's interview, and video bombed the NBA. You must have faith in the process. What was so effective for you? Highest career points and boys lost help. Before I get back to Kevin Hart, I also want to talk about Joel Embiid's subliminal 69 references in the same interview. In essence, the reporter inquired about Embiid's health earlier in the week. He estimated at around 50%. He was ready to reply with the same response when my boy entered with the punchline. Look into it. I'll say with the 69% that I'm still working on my conditions. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi might be a character if Kevin Hart is, but I'm not convinced. We kind of learned a lot about the athlete after he came and became well known during his illustrious championship run with the Raptors. But also, sort of not really. Kawhi has a personality that is solid as a wall. He's also superficial, and that laugh, oh god. That laugh became such a popular meme that even Kevin Hart and Mike Greenberg couldn't help but chuckle at it. How do you honestly respond to someone as stoic as Kawhi Leonard? It's like, I don't even know where you're sitting. LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Okay, so I truly believe Kevin Hart appeared in a film in which he played Santa Claus. Am I mistaken? Please tell me. Despite this, after seeing the tape, I believe the short, jovial man could pull off the part reasonably well. Coincidentally, it was on Christmas Day in 2019 during the Clippers vs Lakers game when, of all places, Anthony Davis tried for a buzzer beater and landed right into Kevin Hart's lap at the end of the second quarter. Then LeBron James enters the audience to inform young Santa Hart of his Christmas wish list. That was me playing with a small heart. As he goes crash into the hand into the sixth court side, what a way to finish. Charles Barkley. This particular instance of Kevin Hart's on Inside the NBA demonstrates his most hilarious unscripted improv. When the time is right, the comedian works so well with Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson, and this footage from a 2018 segment demonstrates it. My personal favorite involves Charles Barkley, who had the guts to criticize Hart. Barkley made a big error because Hart is quick to make a comeback. Your body ain't that good, you can just walk around with your shirt off. First of all, if we're ever going to talk about bodies, I want you not to be the one to bring that conversation, alright? If you get out there, hair shaped like a beanbag. When LeBron blatantly takes the water from Kevin Hart's hand and offers it to Drake, I believe the subtitle says it all. The final 6 of the year, he broke his leg in the tourney camp at the US national team. Here's Steph Curry with that quick, funny Kimmel segment. Finally, here's a fairly straightforward dig at Kevin Hart's height from a recent episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live. This man is kind of short at 5'4", but not particularly so. However, when compared to NBA players whose average height is in the league is 6'6", the height disparity that always surrounds those tall people is quite amusing. They used that to their advantage in this part where Kimmel flaunts his heart in a few images with a few players, with half of their bodies missing, since well he's short. Just observe. Oh my god, I'll remember that. That's when I and my friends are telling this joke and I thought, you don't get it. Following that, here are a couple of occasions where Kevin Hart mocked NBA players on live television. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a comment on what you thought of the video. We'll be back soon.